What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today once again comes from Community Beer Works, and they're out of Buffalo, New York, and this is their Thirst Aid Kit. So this is what they are calling a summer ale, but they've also referenced this one as a Grisette in the past. That comes in at 4.8% alcohol by volume, no IBUs listed, time of review. And this can is approximately 5 weeks old. And I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to Community Beer Works for this beer, so big thanks to them. Recently, I attended the 2025 New York State Craft Brewers Festival that took place at Canalside in Buffalo, New York. Shout out to my buddy Dan for the extra ticket. It was awesome. It's at Canalside. It was a beautiful day. I think it was like 40 different breweries, most of them, I think all of them from New York State, but most of them in like the Western New York area. And recently, they announced, Community Beer Works, Thin Man, and Smolder Society, that they're opening up or reopening up the facility on Chandler Street in Buffalo, and they're going to call it Chandler Street Breweries. All 3 breweries are going to have their beers at that location. Community Beer Works bought the Thin Man brand, I think a couple years ago at this point. They also have Smolder Society. So it's going to be all under one roof. And after the aforementioned festival, some breweries were sending people home with beer because a lot of breweries brought like cans and bottles, and they don't want to ship the area, take them back. So the fine folks at Community Beer Works were nice enough to give me a mixed 4-pack of their beer. This is probably going to be the only one I review because the other 3 I've had before, but we'll see. We'll see. I think I've had all of the other 3, but we'll see. Definitely want to review this one because I've never had it before. So it says on the side here, Thirst Aid Kit comes to the rescue with a refreshing light body, earthy spice notes, and a crisp, clean finish, brewed with the finest pilsner malt, wheat, rye, and spelt, then lightly hopped. It's a gold medal winner at the 2023 New York State Craft Beer Competition. So pretty cool. Got the hashtag proper glassware. One of the handful of glasses that I've broke over the years with the Tiku from Community Beer Works. Haunts me to this day because I really love that glass, but we do have the other Community Beer Works, so we do have the hashtag proper glassware. So this is, like I said, a Grisette, Farmhouse Ale, whatever you want to call it. They just call it a summer ale probably because if people see the word Grisette or Farmhouse Ale instead of summer ale, they probably not buy it. Brews have to be smart with how they word stuff, their marketing and whatnot. And summer ale is a much easier sell than saying, hey, this is a farmhouse style or farmhouse ale in the style of Grisette. It's like, huh? A lot of people don't know what that means. So that looks absolutely beautiful. Sunshine in a glass. Looks a little darker on camera. So in person, I'm seeing more like, kind of like what you're seeing at the bottom there. It has just like a more of a brighter yellow color as opposed to like a straight up orange color. 2 fingers of this soap sudsy off-white colored head, has a good kind of murkiness to it. Hold it up to the light, but yeah, unfiltered, basically farmhouse beer. And that kind of looks exactly how it should. If you want a better look in the glass that's on the other side, there you go. Yeah, I think it looks nice though. But like I said, it looks a little bit brighter and lighter in the glass in person as it does on the camera. Let's get a nose. Yeah, so this definitely smells like Grisette Farmhouse Ale Saison, right? It has that kind of bright citrus character. There's a little bit of a funk from this one too. Like almost like a slight horse, like horse blanket walking into a barn. It just has that like weedy kind of funkiness. But yeah, citrus, it has a nice orange, like an orange pith. Lemon, bright lemon. Has a nice, kind of funky spiciness too, like a white pepper, even a black pepper. Wow, this, for a 4.8% summer ale, right? This has a lot of character in the aroma. Like it has a lot going on. It's a nice grainy kind of weedy sensation as well. That spiciness that I'm getting, like that pepper, white pepper, maybe even a little coriander, could be mistaken for the rye they're using in here too. I wouldn't necessarily say rye spice, but it does have a big spiciness. It has a light hop character that's more in like that earthy, spicy, grassy realm. Yeah, this smells, honestly, like if I was doing this blind, the first thing that would come to mind would be a Saison. I would say like a Farmhouse Ale Saison. I wouldn't specify Grisette, but it does have a little bit more hop character than you see in a Saison. So yeah, this smells pretty good. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Community Beer Works. I see why they call it summer ale. So you could drink buckets of this. You wouldn't drink it out of a bucket, I don't think, maybe unless you're super hammered. But you could drink pints and pints of this. It's sub 5%. Has a lot of flavor going on for 4.8%. It's light enough. It's very refreshing. Like off that first sip, and I didn't have this at the fest. I did not get a pour of this. I got a pour of a couple other beers that they did with Smoldered Society. They had like a crazy pastry beer, and then they had a pour of like Pils Mafia from Thin Man. But I didn't have this, so when they sent me home, I was like, wow, I don't think I've had that, and I don't think I've reviewed it. So yeah, I mean, obviously, if I've never had it, I'm not going to review it, but maybe I had this before. I don't know. Whatever. I'm old. I just know I didn't review it. I'm reviewing it now. It's pretty goddamn good. Body on this one, lower side of medium, approaching medium, perfect for 4.8%. It's not thin and watery, but it's on the lighter side to allow you to, just crush a lot of them. Also, of that, there's like a minerality too on the palate that's really nice. Anyway, mouthfeel, super crisp. This is effervescent. This is higher side of moderate carbonation, dancing. It's very prickly on the palate, especially on the tongue. Like, it dances along the tongue, but it smooths out on the back of the palate. So it is a smooth beer, but it definitely is very effervescent. The taste is lighter than the nose would indicate, but it works because it is 4.8%. I don't need a super over-the-top blast of flavors. I just want them more subdued and subtle because of the ABV, and it's working here. So tip of the tongue, I get citrus, pithy orange with a nice, like, bright lemon. Like, it has like a zippy, zesty, almost like lemon zest, but a little bit like a lemon juice. As it passes through, I do get a little bit more of like a red apple, white pear, lighter, whiter fruits. And then it has this underlying wheat character to me. It has this like it's a wheat beer, right? So it has that Saison kind of feel to it, almost like a Belgian Vit kind of vibe. Then the finish, the hops in conjunction with the yeast, has a nice, to me, like white pepper, a little bit of coriander, touch of rye spice, but then it has that grassy, spicy herbaceousness that you do get a lot of times with a lot of the hops they use in Belgian beers and also in like German beers like your noble hops and things of that nature. It finishes bone dry, like I said, very dry with a very mild bitterness. Like it has a little bit of bitterness, but it's more dry than anything. It doesn't have a big sweetness to begin with, so this definitely leans more dry than anything else. But again, for a summer ale that you want to crush, I think you want a drier beer than you do a sweeter beer because the sweetness is going to build up over time where the dryness should stay even keel for the most part. 4.8%, you can't tell. This is really nice. Like I can't go crazy high because any kind of farmhouse beer for me, whether Saison, Grisette, whatever else you want to throw in the mix as far as a farmhouse ale goes, the sub-styles and whatnot, they don't usually blow my mind. Like some of the top tier Saison, sure. Like, they're good. But this is just like, yeah, buy a 6-pack of this and enjoy it on a weekend and you're feeling good. Have it at a barbecue. You can't really go wrong. I can't believe I've never had this before. And as you can see, I drank pretty much half the can already. This is a very easy drinking beer. I see why they named it a summer ale. Good marketing by them. If you call this a Grisette or a farmhouse ale, I guarantee this does not sell nearly as well as they probably sell this one being labeled as a summer ale. But this is, don't get it wrong, this is definitely a farmhouse ale. It's a Grisette. And if you don't like those type of like Belgian lower ABV beers like a Saison, this is probably not one you're going to pick up. But I recommend it for anybody who enjoys those type of beers because this is pretty goddamn good. So summer ale, Thirst Aid Kit from Community Beer Works, their summer ale. I'm going to give this a high 4 out of 5. I'll go 4.1. I think stylistically, this is like fucking high 4.25 and a low 4.5. Like they did a great job with this one. I thoroughly enjoy it and I'm very happy they gave me a can to take home and review. So awesome. And I love the label. It's very simplistic, but the colors work perfectly. I love it. Reminds me, honestly, of like a soccer, aka football label or logo that you'd see overseas. That's what it kind of looks like to me. Anyway, price point availability. Here's where this is awesome. 10 to 12 bucks a 6-pack. I think Wegmans had them for like $10.99 or something like that. That's a great deal for something like this. Again, you could crush these. If they come in 12 packs, they're probably in like the $16 realm, maybe like 18. But for the most part, this is for what it is. If you can get it for 10, 11 bucks, like you're doing a good job. Even 12 on the higher side, yeah, all day, every day. Availability in and around the Western New York area, so you probably have to be specifically in Buffalo, but you can be like maybe in Rochester, maybe in the southern tier, and you can probably get your hands on it. But this probably doesn't make it out of the area, at least as far as I know. I don't know if Community Beer Works ships throughout New York State. I don't remember. But if they do, maybe you can get them throughout New York State if they ship. But I don't know. But check out that Chandler Street Breweries. When they open up, I'm going to have to go there and check them out. I don't know if I'll do a video. I always say, I'm going to do it on location video. And I still have not done any in like the last 2-3 years. So once that gets off the ground, maybe I'll go there if they want to talk and talk to me about the new place. But anyway, I can't, at the end of the day, I can't recommend this one enough. If you like Community Beer Works, you like Grisette, you like Farmhouse Ales, you want lower ABV beers that aren't super watery, give it a go. Like I said, a little bit of minerality too on the palate, like almost like it just has that mineral kind of water feel to it, but there's a little bit of like a salinity too, which is really nice. It's just a super refreshing beer. That's all I can really say about 4.8%. You can't tell. Anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. Check back next Wednesday for another West New York Wednesday. Huge thanks to Community Beer Works. It's like I'm hammered. Not really. I drank half of this. But thanks to Community Beer Works for this beer. Check them out if you never have. And till the next one. Cheers.